Welcome to the Spiritual Story Podcast, where we will dive deep into the ancient wisdom of sages all around the globe. Hi, I'm Advaita. This is the Spiritual Story Podcast. Today's story is one of my favorite stories. It talks about how to achieve anything you desire. What must be the right mindset, your vision, the clarity, the focus, the meditation? What stands between me and my desired goal? So we're going back 5,000 years ago, the ancient Vedic time. We find this text, the stories, in the Mahabharata. I took just a small portion out of it to illustrate the point of not being many-branched with your intelligence, to be really focused. Your aim is one. Ekeha, called in Sanskrit, one. Not Bahushaka, many-branched. So the story is about Dronacharya, the martial art teacher, who taught all his knowledge about how to fight in a war to his students, the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, the Kurus, and his own son and the 5 sons of Pandu, the Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, and the twin brothers Nakula and Sahadev. So he taught this knowledge to the students. And at one point, he wanted to test the students. The final test, to see if they really absorbed all his teachings, and he wanted to see who is the best, who will win the final exam. Many times we are also facing exams and tests. Many times we are not prepared. Many times we fail. If we follow properly, if we listen to the teacher, if we have a humble attitude, we inquire and we apply what we were taught, then it's very easy to win the final exam, right? So in this case, it was the same. All the warriors came together. Over 100. They met in the forest. And Dronacharya, he first asked Yudhishthira Maharaj, because he was supposed at one point to rule the kingdom. He was the oldest son, the oldest brother of the 5 Pandavas. So he asked him first. So Yudhishthira Maharaj came and he said, "Yes, my master, what can I do? What is the final test?" Dronacharya told him, "Look, there, on this tree, I placed a small bird." It was a fake bird made out of wood. He placed the bird on a branch and he said, "I want you to shoot with bow and arrow, shoot the bird. So activate your weapon, aim for the bird, but wait, don't shoot yet. I have a question for you." And Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was very truthful. He couldn't lie. He always told the truth. So Dronacharya asked him, "Yudhishthira, what do you see?" He said, "I see this bird in the tree. But do you see something else?" "I see you, my teacher. I see all the Kurus, all my brothers assembled here. I see the forest, I see the insects and the birds." Dronacharya said, "You failed. Please, the next one." Then he asked for the evil and envious Duryodhana, and he was the head of the 100 Kuru brothers. He wanted to be the king. He wanted to steal what was not rightfully his from Yudhishthira, because he was so envious. And he wanted to be the best and the controller. So with this attitude, he went in front of the teacher And the teacher told him, okay, aim for the bird. Do you then aim for the bird? And he asked him, what do you see? And Duryodhan answered almost the same like Yudhishthir. I see the bird, I see the tree, I see you, I see my brothers. And the teacher said, I'm sorry, but you failed. Then he asked other students, and they all failed. But at one point, Arjuna came, and he is also the hero of the whole Mahabharata. He is the main character. So Arjuna came, and Arjuna was very special. He was the best student of Dronacharya. Arjuna was so special. At one point, Dronacharya let him only eat when it was dark. And he didn't understand, why should I eat when it's dark? But at one point, he thought he can eat when it's dark because he couldn't see the food, he doesn't know where it goes, but he could feel everything, he could see, he could learn to act in the dark. So he thought, if I can eat in the dark, I can also shoot my arrows in the dark. So he practiced during the night when everyone was asleep. He went to practice in the dark to learn to shoot his targets by night. He also learned to shoot with the left and with the right hand. He was an expert archer. So Arjuna, he went, he focused on the bird. And Drona, he asked him, Arjuna, what do you see? I want you to shoot the bird, the head of the bird. What do you see? And Arjuna said, first he aimed, and he said, I see the bird. What else do you see? I see nothing else other than the bird. He said, you don't see any trees and your brothers? He said, no, I only see the bird. And it's not just I see the bird, I see the head of the bird, and I see my arrow piercing the head of the bird. Drona was very pleased. He said, yes, you passed the test. In the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, we have a very nice verse illustrating this point. Vyavyasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahu shaka yanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. I mentioned before ekeha and bahu shaka. Bahu shaka means many branched. I see the bird, I see the tree, I see my brothers, I see the teacher. It is said in this verse, those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. The intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. If we want to achieve something in life, we need to have a goal. Okay, sometimes maybe you want to achieve a certain amount. You want to earn some money. You want to get some new clients. You want to be the best in school. You want to have grade number 1. In Germany, we grade is number 1. In my country, number 1 is the best. In other countries, it's 5 or 6. Okay, we want to aim for number 1. But around is a 2, a 3, a 4. A 5 is not so good. But you're also okay with a 2 or 3. But you aim for the 1. Or for example, I want to get some new clients from a pranayama teaching. Yeah, I have a specific group of people I like to work with. But I'm also like to work with everyone. Yeah, but still I have my favor, my taste. But I'm okay with everything around. But first we need to set a goal. We need to aim for something. Arjuna, for sure, he hit the target. His brother Yudhishthir, I'm not so sure, because he could see everything. He might miss the target. If we want to achieve something, if our intelligence is fixed. When I was a monk, I was learning music instruments, I was learning cooking, I was on the street, preaching, distributing books, and singing and dancing and chanting. I was meditating every day. I was reading books. I did so many things. And somehow I was good in everything. But nothing I did perfectly. Because you can't put your energy in everything and expect that you master something. You can only master one thing at a time. Okay, some of us maybe are very special and qualified. They can learn easy and master many things at once. But in my personal experience and what I observed in others, if you focus on one thing, for example, one friend of mine, he learned all 700 shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita in a few months. He was focused. He was not many-branched. If he learns the Bhagavad Gita and then some other Vedic text and some yogic text and then he studies in school, it will be very difficult for him to learn all these 700 verses. Now I was trying to buy a new car. Since months my focus was on this car, but I also did many other things. If I would put more energy into buying the car, more focus, more clarity, and every day work on it, maybe I would have get the car in 1 or 2 weeks instead of 3 months. So whatever we do, if we lose the focus, it will take us much longer. Maybe we don't reach the final destination or we get something completely else. So especially in our spiritual practice, we need to know the goal, because then we can follow the process. There's so many spiritual practices out there, so many religious institutions, churches and mosques and temples. So which one is for you? So first of all, you need to know the goal, the destination. Then you know, okay, I know where to go, I know the process, and then you apply the process. So everything we do, we need to know where to shoot the arrow at. And I remember this story so many times in my life. Whenever I get bewildered, whenever I lose my inspiration, the right attitude, my focus, somehow through some divine intervention, I can remember exactly this story. And then I wake up like, hey, I have to focus. Everything is possible. I want this YouTube channel to get a certain amount of subscribers, to get monetized, to get my 4,000 watch hours, and I worked for it day and night. I was meditating on getting monetized, to put the adverts out of my live streams and other videos because people complained. So I thought, okay, I want to satisfy my viewers. I want to earn some pocket money from YouTube. Why not? So I went for it for a couple of months. I had my idea, I had my plan, and I had my goal. And I reached the goal because I went for it. I was not diverting. I didn't start at anything else, something new. No, I focused on that goal. I wanted to create my website for Atmaflow Yoga. So I focused on the website. Now I have a different goal in mind. In a few days, I go for holidays. So I focus my mind on my holiday so that I have my videos prepared. I can upload them before. So I have 1 week free. I don't need to take care of anything. Everything is sorted out. So take Arjuna's example. Focus on the bird. Don't get distracted by all these things around you. Know your goal and just go for it. It's so simple and so sublime. There will be more stories about the Pandava brothers and the Kuru dynasty, because it's a really great and amazing book, the Mahabharata, where it's also included the Bhagavad Gita, where we spoke this verse about being many-branched, Bahushaka or Ekeha, and this will give you strength. Try it out. Write down 10 things you want to achieve in your life. Then what are the most 3 important things? What you really need, what you really want. And then choose one. Which one can you work on already now? Which one is the one what gives you the best pleasure? What is the most enjoyable? What will bring you closer to yourself, to others, to your spirituality? Whatever it is. Find this one goal and then just do it. Everything is possible. Don't let anyone discourage you, not even your own mind. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Namaste.